It opens new ways of seeing and understanding ordinary things. It makes life interesting and worthwhile. And without a good dose of contact, it's very easy for us to become prisoners of our own opinion. And then we make up the rules for life from what we know. And on it goes forever and ever. Ugh. There are dozens of reasons why a person might decide not to connect. I mean, you probably have your own. I'm thinking of some common ones. Sometimes a person might feel inferior. They won't be interested in what I have to say. I won't know how to say it right. Or the other side of that, I might feel superior. This is going to be boring. They have nothing to offer me. I'm wasting my time. I'm above this. Or the fear ones, the fear of being invaded and losing self-determination and control. Or the other fear, the fear of the unknown, danger, harm might come of it. And all of these are worth consideration because some of these are valid, and yet paradoxically, at the exact same time that these are valid concerns, here's the problem. Without contact, everything in life starts to lose its value. I want to tell you a Japanese legend about a bamboo cutter who, while out in the field, spots a bamboo reed that seems to be glowing from within. And he goes to it, and there at the base of the bamboo reed, he sees an infant, a gorgeous infant. And so he takes the baby girl home, and he and his wife adopt her. And very quickly over time, the little girl grows into a beautiful young woman, so beautiful. Legendary is her beauty that all of the men of the village want to marry her. Beyond the village, even in the town beyond the village, they want to marry her. And beyond that too, it reaches to the emperor, and he wants to marry her. But she's not interested in that kind of contact. And so what she does is she keeps making impossible conditions for marriage. I'll marry you if you get me a tree that has jewels instead of fruit. I'll marry you if you get me a dress that makes me impervious to harm of any kind. I'll marry you if, and so what happens is nobody can ever get to her. Nobody can reach her. Well, the reality is, it's because she's not of this world. You see, as it happens, she is from another place, from the people of the moon, distant, removed. And it is not until they come to get her, to reclaim her, that she starts to realize what she is losing. And as she's leaving, she leaves a little bottle with the elixir of immortality in it for the emperor, who tried so hard to connect with her, who tried so hard to protect her and to keep her. She sends this precious gift to him, but when he gets it, he goes, what use is immortality without love? And so he gets his soldiers to take the little bottle of precious immortality and take it to the highest possible place in Japan and leave it there. A place which ever since has been called Fuji, which means immortal. I read it in here. And here's what the author says about it. This is a true story of tragedy. It's a tragedy of one, I guess like some of us, who does not open herself to others and thus feels like she is from another world and makes impossible requests, distances herself from everyone. And if contact does not happen, then everything precious in the world, even the promise of immortality, loses its value. Don't forget the good news, though. Stories like this are here to remind us that it's not too late while we are still waking up, it is not too late to learn how to remedy it by beginning to practice contact. Now, of course, as you start considering the possibility of practicing how to contact and touch and be touched, please consider these 2 cautions. Number 1, you cannot force it on anyone. Number 2, you cannot demand it from anyone. It's not like it's a right or something. It's more tender than that. And then if you're shy or if you're introverted, then there is an additional little step, an extra willingness that you have to make to start this journey of contact. The author says he's shy, and he tells a little story in the book about it. He says, recently, I saw a newsagent I had not seen in 2 years. At one time, I used to buy the newspaper from him every day. Then for 2 years, I did not visit that town anymore. When I went back and again bought the newspaper from him, we said nothing to each other. Like me, he is reserved. I noted only the faintest of smiles. A look was enough to say that, yes, I had returned after 2 years, and we had recognized each other. We simply did not know what to say to one another, and that was okay. I love that story because it reminds me that one person's way of connection isn't necessarily another person's way of connection, and that there isn't one size fits all. Your way of connecting may not be my way of connecting, and my way of connecting may not satisfy your way of connecting. But whatever the case, whether you're introverted, talented, natural, practicing it, can make you better at it. That's the good news. I like to keep in mind that diversity means that not every contact will deliver the same benefits or experience. Some contacts bore us. Some contacts energize us. Some contacts leave us feeling drained and wishing we could get out of there. Some contacts interest us. It's just how it is. You know, and then it means for me that all contact doesn't have to be like this epiphany. Trumpets. I can't insist that people be on the same page as me. You know, sometimes I have the experience of being grabbed. Some people literally grab me and they, look into my eyes. I really want you to take this in and receive it. And I'm going, no, I don't want to be here, I mean, we're among friends, Can we talk about it? I used to try that with, you remember my cat, Fred? I used to try that with him. Grab him, you will be loved. Now. And I just remember him looking at me. I can imagine him saying, you're fooling yourself, buddy. It's not happening. Yeah? Remember the 5-month baby? Undefended, without goal. No agenda. Take it or leave it. Held lightly. You see, then the experiment suggested in the book can be something you can take into your heart and use on ordinary situations. You don't have to go for the big thing. You can just try it in a store, waiting in line to check out, at the movies. And the way you try it is you simply attempt to exchange a few words. Nice weather. Undefended. Take it or leave it. Some people can do this spontaneously. Other people have to do it intentionally. I have to learn. I have learned. I noticed that those exchanges, those contacts have the ability of opening up a window through which rushes a new circulation of energy. It is a beautiful thing. It's not that soul